Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. In today's episode we are going to be hopefully working on some of the grounds here at the house. I'm hoping to install some new pathways here, over down by the factory district, and a couple more paths over here. And then maybe start planning out the back garden of the mansion, hopefully, which will be pretty exciting, I think. But anywho, in today's episode we are going to be adding JC to the Empire Housing Initiative, which, as you know, in order to get in, you have to like, comment, and subscribe. This is my nephew. So he loves Minecraft. He can talk to me for hours about Minecraft, so it's just good time that he is put inside of the world. We're probably going to decorate his room a little bit towards the end of today's episode. Or actually, well, hold on. I say that. Let's go see what we have in the house real quick, because we might be able to throw something together real quick. His favorite color is red, so it's pretty easy to get done. Not like it's gonna be purple or black or... I don't know. What do you think the hardest color is to get? I can't even imagine what it would be. That's the right chest. Here we go. Yes. Lots of red. So goody red. Now we need some oak planks. Excuse me, Phil. Phil, excuse me. I said, what do you think the hardest dye is to get? We'll do 3 beds because we're trying to populate our village here. There we go. Okay, we need a red candle, which we got. We'll just take all 3 of those, so we don't really need them anywhere else. Lightning rods. Pink blue? No, you can get them from a flower now. I agree, Green Thumb. Green is the hardest to get. Unless if you get a wandering trader, but that's really, really the only way to get it now. Besides me. Of course, I got plenty. Oh dear. What am I looking for? Lightning rods. Right. Excuse me. Green Thumb, what is your favorite color? I am curious. Oh, speaking of which, for our YouTube audience, this is currently being live streamed. So yeah. Probably should mention that before it sounds like I was talking to myself for the entirety of this episode. That would be unfortunate. I figured it would be green with your name like that. Yeah. That is fair. That is fair. It's like people would ask me what my favorite color is. It's a superior shade. It really is. What particular shade of green? Like forest green or dark? Because my favorite is the darker shades of green. I can like a lighter shade, but it more has to be like complementing the other shades of green there. Yeah, forest green's pretty good, not gonna lie. It's one of my favorite shades. Yeah, dark is best. Lime green to me just feels dirty. I guess I really don't know. We know you like pink. Mist, comment in the chat. Don't comment here. They can't see you here. But yeah. Yeah, Mist's favorite color is pink. Anytime I build something for Mist, I never have to ask him what color to do, because I'm like, it's gonna be pink. Pretty safe to assume it's gonna be pink. Okay, we'll go ahead and move him into the cottage over here for right now. Get her done. Yes, you certainly are. For most things. Then, of course, sometime you'll throw a freaking wild card and be like, I'm gonna build everything out of mangrove. Ooh-wee. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Make ourselves a wee little crafting table. Put down a lovely little light here. Whoa, Phoenix is here too. Guys, I think the gang is all coming together. I'm just gonna plop this bad boy right down here. There we go. That's lovely, that. And I'll add some plants and stuff off of camera, but welcome to the village of Havenwood, JC. But anywho, without any further ado, let's get started on building up some lovely paths. Alrighty, and here we go, building up our lovely pathways and stuff for the estate. Not gonna lie, it feels so much better walking along these roads and stuff inside of our area now that they're all nice and cobbled and whatnot. Really pleased with how they turned out. We put more bushes and stuff alongside next to them, which you'll see me do in just a minute, to give it more of that rugged rural path and stuff, which I want them to feel rugged and rural, but at the same time I want them to still feel sophisticated and stuff with cobblestones, and like it's very important that they're cobbled and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this little pathway here. I don't know why it did that per se. I was having a little bit of trouble remembering to hit record and not record. So parts of the path were finished during the start of the time-lapse, so I apologize for that. We actually live streamed this over on Twitch on Saturday, just to hang out and chill and talk, and we had a pretty good time, so feel free to check out my Twitch link in the bio and join us, because it was honestly a lot of fun. We did a little tour of the house and just really talked about Minecraft updates and stuff like that. It was a pretty good time. But yeah, really important that you work with the gradient of the stairs and the slabs in order to get a smooth transition throughout everything. But anywho, and here we should hopefully be working on the porch. I don't know. This audio is going to be a little off. I have to move it. Look at that creeper right there. What a stinker. This porch, again, long time coming. This porch was always planned to go on here. I went ahead and finished the window tops of them and stuff for the back of the house, just so that way it looked pretty and it would match the rest of the house instead of sticking out like a sore thumb that it wasn't finished. Our plan for this porch essentially is to have it be one, main access for the crafting room and access to the garden for the entire back wing of the house, and then two, act as my grand balcony for my master bedroom, which will also coincide with the entirety of my back wing. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I think it turned out a lot better than what I thought it was going to do. We got all our plants and stuff on it, so it looks really nice and pretty. Only thing left to do now is really build the terrace for it and the garden, because it's a little ugly back there at the moment. Like I was editing this video and I just kept looking over there and it looked like a super flat world, and I'm like, oh god, how horrible, it looks so bad. And then I realized, and I'm like, oh, or at least I also thought I had the wrong footage, until I realized I was like, no, this is the right footage. It just looks weird because it's so flat in the back garden. But anywho, so we'll get started on that probably next week's episode, hopefully, assuming I don't change my mind or anything. But yeah, I will let you guys finish up this time lapse. Alrighty, so as you guys saw from that nice time lapse, we have finished up a couple roads on the estate as well as the entirety of the back porch. Currently I just have this area right here as a placeholder because this is where I want the terrace to come out. And what I'm thinking for the terrace is I think we'll have it be at about maybe this height here, right? And then have it extend out so you go down a little step of stairs and then you're on the full terrace. And then right here we'll have the final staircase that would then lead down into the back garden, which would then take you out onto the main lawn and whatnot. Or that's how you get onto the main lawn, I think. In order to get onto anywhere else, we're going to have little pathways here and stuff, and maybe even a path right here that'll then link up into the formal intricate gardens and stuff. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I'll give you a short little tour of what we've done. I think perhaps inside of the next episode or next time we work over here, we'll probably install the terrace as well as the majority of the grounds. Unfortunately, I'm starting to get a little bit of a sore throat, so I think my voice is going to be going out shortly if it hasn't already started by the time this video goes out. But yeah, so this is our lovely area here. We have two of these on either side. These are going to connect up to pathways, similar in the front, and this will make its own little small courtyard where we can put a fountain, a tree. I'm thinking about maybe doing like a pale garden type of thing here. So we could have like a pale garden one here, on a mushroom garden on the other side. Just some smaller, more unique gardens, kind of like the front of the house, where they can be tucked away next to the house and stuff, instead of being in the big front formal yard. For the downstairs, it's pretty basic. We put in some planters right down here and some hanging lights and stuff above the center, and then every single entrance down here. This room has completely changed pretty much in terms of its light. As you remember, it used to be super bright, and now it still has a good amount of light, but it is definitely a little bit darker in here, and that's all right. It was always designed to have it there, and again, I like seeing the architecture through the windows. I think it's really cool. And now we have little bushes and stuff right there too. So I'm pretty pleased with that. But now I'm going to take you upstairs because it's honestly, I won't say transformed, but it has definitely changed the bedroom quite a bit. We have a little bit more light in there, a little bit more intrigue into what the room allows. And it now has a grand balcony that sweeps the entirety of my wing. So as you can see it out here. And again, I like seeing the architecture and the bushes and stuff. I think it's just so neat. But we now have twin... Oh my gosh, I almost hit my cat. I'm so sorry. We have twin doors here that lead out onto the balcony. As you can see, it's a good-sized balcony. It's a much, much better layout compared to the one that we had before. We have a little crafting area and then a little place to sit down and marvel at the view. Over here, we're going to be planting a bunch of spruce and oak trees and stuff, and a couple up there as well. You'll be able to see the terrace down here, the formal garden, the main lawn, and then another small bit of formal gardens there. So it's going to be really, really nice once we can finally finish it off. Inside the center here, right, it's either going to be a fish pond or a reflection pool or something, or I don't really know, actually. I don't know what I want to put in the center of the garden. That's why we're not doing it right now. I really actually don't know what we should put there. I'm thinking about just a tree with a little bit of water around it. I've done that before in gardens. I was also thinking about putting a gazebo right up there, which I think we'll still do, because I think that would be a really nice spot for a gazebo, especially since it'll be somewhat surrounded by the dark forests and stuff of this area, as well as just give you sort of a straight shot right there. Or even the gazebo there would be cute, or something. But I don't know. I think the idea of a nice big oak tree right there would be nice, though. Yeah, I think so. I think that'd look really nice. But anyway, we don't have to worry about that right now. More worried about how nice the French garden's gonna, or not French garden, but the intricate lawn garden is gonna look, because we haven't done that in a while, and I'm really excited to see that. I love it. I love those kinds of gardens so much. And quite honestly, they might also start here. You know, we might have a row of them here, a small bit of lawn here, and then another portion of the garden there. Or actually, no, it probably will just have to start there. We'll probably end up having to clear out a lot more of that mountain, which is fine. It's the stuff that we've done before, and it won't be too hard. So that way we have to walk through the formal garden to get to another lawn, so on and so forth, with lots of big custom oak trees and everything. But yeah, as you can see, I love having a balcony door here. It really grounded this room. That's what it did. It didn't transform this room, it grounded it again. It's been a little too long since we've had anything. And just right out there, you'll be able to see all of the garden and its grounds and stuff, and it's going to be a really pretty view, I think. I think it'll be the best view in the house of the formal gardens and stuff. Well, yeah. That being said, I think we've just about run out of time for this week's episode, unfortunately. So, I hope that you guys... I hope that you guys enjoy this episode of Minecraft. If you did, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you really did enjoy this episode, feel free to share it with your friends, because it really helps out the channel. But anywho, I will see you all inside of the next one. See ya!